Hello fellow commanders, welcome to my first Elite Dangerous video. Entirely possible it may be my last Elite Dangerous video if this one's rubbish, but who knows. Anyway, this is aimed at newer players, learning how to earn some quick credits, and the system we're going to use is Quince. There are lots of videos on this subject already, most of which have been filmed by PC players. Some of the videos are up to 2 years old, some a bit sooner, but this is just to show it's working on PlayStation 4 in at least August 2017. And this video has something that none of the other videos has. It's a little glitch, bug, error, however you want to describe it, where the missions complete quickly without having to actually land on the planet and doing any of the scan jobs. It doesn't always happen, but in this video it does. I've managed to catch it, so you can see how to make the best chance of making this happen to make some credits. Now this can be done in any ship. The only condition is that you need a vehicle planetary hangar, and in order to get to Quince in the first place you need a frameshift drive capable of making an 18 light year jump. Of course it's up to you what ship you put that in. A Sidewinder will do. So here it is, just in the galaxy map where Quince is. Easiest way to find it is to use the search function, type in Quince, that's Quince. We're already there, just going to zoom out here to show you how far it is from the bubble. It's a little way away, but not a million miles, probably 18-19 jumps. You can make it. I absolutely suck with a galaxy map, so I'm making a hash of this and filmed a little bit too much footage, so I'm just going to go away and do some editing now. So here we are on the Quince mission board. We're in a solo session. It's not really relevant. We could have been in any one of the three, solo, private or open. And we're looking for our planetary scan missions, which is going to earn us our credits. As you can see, I've managed to rank up to be allied with all of the minor factions in this station. That's easy to do because just do the scan missions that they offer, ignore anything else, the massacre missions particularly, and you'll soon be allied with them by just doing the scan missions. Although they won't pay as much to start with, that should be noted. And then you're going to start board hopping until you get a load of scan missions in one, because once you accept 3, no more will spawn. So if you see a particularly high paying one on a rubbish board, you can accept it so long as you have no more than 3 missions. So pretty much all you're going to see from now on is me swapping between the boards. I think you saw me accept a mission with 1.1 million credits. So I've got now 1 mission on board. So we're just going to be flicking through until we get a board with at least 10 missions on. It can take about 10-15 minutes. Sometimes it can take longer, sometimes it can take shorter. It purely is luck of the draw. But as you can see here, I'm rejecting these missions and just finding new sessions. I think I'm going to edit here now and cut to when I do find a decent board. Quite clearly I'm adding the audio track after this, which is a pain in the ass to match to the video as well. So I will see you soon. So after about 15 minutes of board hopping and a restart of my PlayStation, I finally found a decent board to show you guys. We're going to be earning about 7.5 million credits, I believe. I'll show you that in a moment. And I'm also going to be talking about the screen center dot, which is turned off by default. As you can see here, we are in an open session. Now, if I had found these missions in a private or closed session, I would still save and exit and come back to an open session, because only in an open session can the early complete glitch happen. And we want that to happen because we're going to earn money faster. So looks like again I filmed a bit too much footage, just waiting for it. So here we go, into the mission boards. So as you can see here, loads of missions, and we can stack them all up, because although you can only accept 3 and have the boards spawn, so long as they're all there already, you can accept them all. So here we go. because I am making this with Windows Movie Maker, I cannot see, but you can do the sums in your head as we go along. We're going to accept $7.6 million credits, pounds, euros, will depend on where you are in the world, of money for something that's going to take us less than 5 minutes. Obviously, be careful not to accept any of these donation missions or massacre missions, because that's a pain in the ass and you lose rank if you abandon them or fail them. Not a big deal, you can soon get it back. Okay, so we're all loaded up, ready to go. So I'm just going to go onto the surface here and we're going to talk about the screen center dock. Once again, this is turned off by default in PlayStation, although it is one of the most useful features for docking and entering ports, because wherever that dot is pointing, your ship will go. And something's going on up there, someone's getting their ass kicked by someone or something, I'm not entirely sure. I'm just glad it's not me. You'll have probably already noticed as well, I'm using my Asp Explorer. Didn't particularly want to buy this ship, don't like the look of it, but given its size, cargo and utility mounts, it's the obvious choice. Anyway, so to get your screen center dot, you go to options, controls, and we're looking for miscellaneous. I seem to have missed it. Here it is, miscellaneous, and then scroll down until you see screen center dot right here and turn it on. I'm going to exit without saving the changes because I haven't made any. And once I click launch, you're going to see that dot appear and you're going to see why it's such a useful tool. There we go. So taking off, you can see the dot now there, the yellow little bit in the middle of the screen, that's signified by the dot. So long as you put that dot on the envelope, no matter how quick you go, and this ship will fly out and you will not hit the wall. You can just cane it. See you later, alligator. And we'll see why it's useful again when we dock later on. And there is a docking computer, and no, I don't care. So just looking for the reward planet now. I could select it from the menu, but I know it's near the sun. It's always near the sun. There you are. Quick little boost. And there you go, hit the engines. Just on the telephone. So we're going to select the planet and we're going to approach it reasonably slowly. When we get roughly near, it's going to give us a shed load of mission updates. There we go, another commander. Now he's in a sidewinder with no shields. I'll explain why he's doing that in a moment. So we've just got all of our mission updates here. And we've selected the search zone, so we need to fly to that point on the map. Now as you can see, that commander is going straight at them. That is a mistake because he's going to come out on top of it, he's going to miss his orbital glide, it's going to take him an absolute age to get down to the surface. So we're going to approach from just below until we get into orbital cruise. Then we're going to level out and we're going to come in, and that way we're going to get a nice glide down to the surface, and it's going to happen much quicker. So we're aiming to hit the drop, the orbital drop, at about 100 kilometers from the base. Any sooner and we're going to be doing some pointless flying, so we're gonna wait till we get there. So now we're gliding, going to 2,500 miles an hour. That's why it's advantageous to do the glide properly rather than just diving on top. And then we're going to play the stupid find the base game, which is a pain in the ass. Sometimes it happens after a couple of jumps, sometimes it doesn't. You've got to be careful in these turns because you can lose altitude faster than you realise. Now I've got some pretty strong shields, so if I twat into the ground, I'm probably going to be saved. But if you're in an unshielded sidewinder, like the commander we saw earlier, you're going to explode and waste your time. So just be a bit careful of where the ground is. As I say, this mission completes without us having to actually scan anything. This is a glitch. Depending on when you're watching this video, it'll probably will have been patched up, but for now it's working. And then, as you're going to see in a minute, my landing skills are the worst imaginable. No, I'm not sorry. There we go. So here's our base. So we pop our landing gear down. I like to aim with my ship's ass pointing towards the base, and that way when we come out in the SRV, we can drive straight to the base. You're not going to see that in this video because it doesn't work out that way. What you're going to see is me making an absolute hash of the landing and then the glitch kicking in. The plan was to find a nice little piece of land with the ass pointing towards the base. I think I've seen a nice little hill to land on here. And I'd be wrong. Stupid ship, just pissing land. There you go, and as you can see, all of the missions have just completed without me having to deploy the SRV and scan anything, so we can just select Millerport, as signified by the checkered globe, that the missions are done, and we can get out of here. Now, I did talk about earlier the Sidewinder commander with no shields. What was he up to? So he was about to do exactly the same as us, land on the planet. Let's just imagine he's earning the same amount of money as us, 7.6 million. He's purchased a Sidewinder from Millerport, 32,000 credits. Now, if he were to self-destruct now, or crash into the surface of the planet now, the missions have completed, he would respawn back at Millerport, all of his missions would remain, and he'd collect the money and simply pay the rebuy cost of 32,000 credits, and probably save himself about 3.5 minutes. So 32,000 credits for a 3.5 minute flight. It's up to you whether the economics stack up there. I personally don't like to do that. Now, this is a bit of a glitch, but again, I'd prefer to do it properly, so we're going to fly back to Millerport, and also I'm going to demonstrate why the dot's so good. I could speed the video up. I've chosen not to, just to show you how quick it can actually be done, and that self-destructing on the planet is a bit of a waste of time. If you imagine that you do it 10 times, then that's 320,000 credits wasted because you couldn't be bothered to fly a few minutes. Obviously, as I'm speaking now, the game's been out on PlayStation 4 for about 5.5 weeks. I see people flying around in federal corvettes already. Makes you wonder how the hell that they've got these already. Probably by doing this. And tiny bit of lack of life and job, I guess, too. Says me filming this on a Wednesday at 11 o'clock. I'm on holiday, so So, 7,500 meters, we're going to contact Millerport, request docking. We're going to absolutely cane it up to the port because we're in open play and I don't do waiting in queues. You can piss off, I'm coming in now. We put a yellow dot on the envelope, and if the yellow dot's on that envelope, you know we ain't going to hit the wall. Simple as that. And then because I'm super lazy, now I'm in, just going to throttle down and let the docking computer do the rest.
Docking request approved. Land on designated pad number
Because I'm lazy.
08.
Landing gear
And I
deployed.
don't care.
For automated approach, Commander.
And down. From start, we're currently on 11 minutes runtime for this particular section of the video since we took off. So that's 7.6 million credits in 11 minutes. My Explorer rank isn't particularly good. My combat rank is rubbish. I'm not particularly high ranked within the game, but just shows it can be done. And then for those people that are interested, I'm going to show you my ship at the end, although if you've got what you need from this video you can probably switch off now. I hope it helped you out. Shows you how to make some easy credits rather than grinding it out 15,000 at a time, which you can do if you want, but I would recommend getting at least 30 million credits under your belt, getting yourself at least a Diamondback Explorer or an Asp Explorer. That way you can start making the most of the game. Oh yes, and remember to sell any cargo as well, because it stacks up without you noticing and it's a pain in the ass. We don't like cargo. Cargo means people try to interdict us more, even in solo. And although they cannot destroy me in solo, it's a waste of my time. There we go. So I'm going to go to outfitting now and just have a quick peek at what I got. I've had this game for 3 weeks now. So it just shows what can be achieved in 3 weeks with a little bit of time, a bit of patience, and a lot of YouTube. And credit to the Elite Dangerous PS4 group on Facebook. Those guys are awesome too. So as you can see, most of my stuff is engineered, not grade 5, probably grade 1 or 3. Weapons wise, I've got 2 beam lasers, 2 multi-cannons and 2 pulse lasers. I haven't had to actually ever fire them, but there you go. And then a load of shield boosters, reinforced mods, and then thermal resistance mod, because I've got the 5C bi-weave shield, so they're not as strong, but they recharge significantly faster, because I'm not going to be hanging about fighting. I'm going to be mostly running away, because I got better things to do. This is not my bounty hunting ship. That would be my vulture. I've got clean drives. Clearly the multiplier isn't as quick as the dirty drives, but I don't know, I just like it better. Bi-weave shield upgraded with thermal resistance. I think this screen is tiny, my eyesight's crap. There it is. Yeah, there you go. Yes, there's a docking computer there. Once again, no, I don't care. Limpets. Limpets are useful for collecting engineer materials, rather than having to play the cargo scoop game, which I'm crap at. Just send out the limpets and they do the work for you. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it's shown you how you can make some credits really early on and start at least flying a half decent ship. This is my first video. If it gets any views or if you guys like it, I might make some more. But enjoy the space, Commanders.